Thank you for joining me for another review. This one is for the Storm Drive. It got the usual layout, 65 by 5 1/4 by 40. The Drive was very recently announced. It's the next ball in their signature line and the second ball that they developed in collaboration with Jason Belmonte. The Drive uses the same dual drive core that was in the Timeless, but the cover is really where the ball differentiates itself from the Timeless. It's a hybrid between the Nano cover and R2S, and the combination is also a hybrid. As you can see, the motion on the lane is quite different from the Timeless. The Drive is much smoother, a bit earlier, but only about 1 or 2 boards stronger than the Timeless. As I said in my preview video, these were a couple of the big keys to designing a ball to both be different from the Timeless, but still meet the intended purpose behind the line, or these two specifically, which is a more controllable reaction for higher rev rates in a resin or reactive vehicle. To achieve this and make it different from the Timeless, they needed to significantly change the shape without making it more aggressive or much more aggressive, and I think that that's obviously been done. Now, whenever the Nano cover is involved, Nano is always the key word. The biggest issue for everyone with the Timeless was how over-under it could be. And anytime you want to eliminate that, Nano will always be the perfect answer, and it is here. So in adding it to the cover, the biggest issue with the Timeless has been, in my mind, resolved. However, the Nano cover does have its own Achilles heel, which is that it can be too smooth or too slow on friction sometimes. With the cover finish, it's strong, but it is of course very smooth and controllable on the back end, which usually helps reduce the amount of boards that a ball will cover. I found the box surface too early for my taste though, so I polished it and then moved to the other lane, and as you can see, it reduced the hook a fair amount if it didn't increase the move on the back end much. Even though this is a blend with R2S, I've always found the Nano cover to be super dominant, and it's no different here. If you'd have just told me this was pure Nano hybrid, I'd have believed you. I can't tell that R2S is even involved here. For me, the Drive is a slightly stronger and slightly smoother Hyroad Nano, which makes it just a bit stronger than the Timeless, but much smoother overall. From the Timeless to the Drive, I can recognize the motion that core creates until the ball hits friction, then they look like wildly different balls. With the core revving but not rolling very heavy, combined with the effects of the Nano cover, it looks like a ball that's going to be much stronger on the back end than it really is. It took me a bit to get used to it because most of the other balls on the market are so bouncy on the back end, but it's nice to be able to be smooth and soft with the ball and not have to worry about that super strong back end move. Naturally, I feel that this ball is going to be better for higher rev rates, no shocker there, but the Drive succeeds in all the places that the Timeless failed, and I think it's going to be an exceptionally good sport ball. If there was ever a ball designed for the type of conditions we usually see at the USBC Open Championships, this is it. I mean, I try to avoid being a salesman, but I would very highly recommend the Drive for really anyone going to the tournament this year. The shape is going to help you control your angles really well, which is always a big key out there. I wouldn't exactly call this ball a house shot killer unless you have a higher rev rate because of how smooth it is, but I do think it's a big improvement on the Timeless, and there's this other ball that's getting released with it on February 9th too. That one's probably worth looking at as well. Thanks for watching.